So you might say that following up my huge disappointment with a collection of ghost stories that turned out to be more of a historical fiction collection with a book of historical fantasy, two genres that I historically don't really care for, is a dumb decision. And I would agree with you, but I never said I was smart. So I am reading The Foxwife by Yangsze Choo after being completely disappointed by like two things in a row. And yeah, I really hope I'm gonna love this, but I mean, you're gonna see. And I have like read like 30 pages of this at this point, and I'm so far liking it, but that doesn't mean anything anyway. So this follows two perspectives. We get a first person perspective of Snow, who is a fox spirit, and she's on like a journey to find the murderer of her daughter. And I really like her perspective so far. It's kind of, I think it's like trying to be funny, and like for me it is funny, and I really like that because not humor really doesn't always like land for me, but this one does so far. And then we also like there we get a third person perspective. We follow Bao. He's like a private detective or something, and he's hired to investigate the mysterious death of this girl that vanished from the pleasure district in this town. And I don't have yet an idea how their stories are going to intersect, but I think we're going to get to that soon, and I'm going to give you an update once I'm further into it. I am absolutely loving it. Like, please ignore my messy room being reflected on the TV, but I'm loving it. Like, I am some 170 pages into this right now, and I'm loving it. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna give it 5 stars yet, but like it could be actually. It's so good. It's really so good. I am continuing to love Snow's perspective. By now, we have she is definitely farther along in her journey. Actually, I have to correct myself. In the clip before this, I said that she's pursuing her daughter's murderer. I don't think the gender of her daughter's the gender of her child is specified. I think it's just the murderer of her child. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. Like she's real. I really love her character. She's just and like she's funny, and but she always has like these like subtle digs at men. She's like, oh my god, yeah, this is stupid, and like, yeah, girl, like I love it. I fucking love it. And but there's also like there's commentary woven in there. She's like she has a perspective that's also like addressing the issues that women in the times, it's 1908 in like China, like that they faced at the time, but also like some of the problems spoken of in here, they're still true today. And I'm really loving that. Also, she has now made some acquaintances of her past that she didn't really want to like meet again, but through them we also see that her existence as a fox spirit, she tries to be very virtuous, but through those acquaintances we also get to see a more like vicious side, more people that really take advantage of these abilities that a fox spirit has there, and that like aren't as virtuous as she. We also get to see that through these people, and also we now have the connection between Bao's story and hers. And I'm just interested when they're actually gonna intersect, because Bao's still like investigating off on his side, and he has the original mystery has now come to a close, but he now has found a new one. And through his investigations into the original mystery, he has now uncovered like that we as the readers have uncovered the connection to Snow's storyline, and the new storyline is directly connected to Snow's storyline. But I just don't know when they're going to meet up yet. And I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. And also, there is now a secondary plot line that's developed between Bao. He tells us about it in his storyline, as well as there have been subtle hints in Snow's storyline as well. That is also like a secondary connection, but it's not like the main plot. It's like secondary, and I'm really loving it.
this is my light at the moment. Like I have to go back to school tomorrow. My winter holidays are over, and I hate it so much. But this is my light. I'm like I'm loving it really. Also, I am gonna attempt to dye my roots pink again, which I already did before. But as soon as I like did that, they already washed out again. But I maybe you're gonna see me in the next clip actually having like pink roots, which I think would be so cool. So I'm gonna update you on this. I don't have yet an idea how long I'm gonna take to like read this because I'm reading it for 2.5 days now, and I'm not like I'm like 35% of the way through. But yeah, I just really have I'm continuing to like this.
Hey, so my roots are indeed pink, but on other news, today ended up being a incredibly horrible day, and after some events, I wasn't even able to go to school, and I just ended up playing Nier Automata for most of the day, and I was in such a really down mood that I have no update for you on the Foxwife, but I just had to flee into something to read that was like just that would just like distract me from everything. So I have a review for you now. I didn't even expect to read a second book in this vlog, but here's my review for Sacrificed to the Shark Clan by Satomichi. I know. It's exactly as it sounds. So this follows I already forgot his name. He's Adel, and there are basically this is two clans on this island in the South Sea. It's like really tropical, it's very beautiful, and Adel is the crown prince of this one clan, and basically they're at first it was like portrayed as if they were all men, but it isn't actually. There are women there, which I thought the whole concept was weird because some of the men, it's basically like kind of Omegaverse, but not really. Some of the men, they go through like a ceremony, and whoever loses in that ceremony gets to be the bottom, and the bottom can get pregnant. But the bottoms are also called women, which I thought was just very strange because that clan also sees that like being a bottom as like a bad thing, which is like, I'm sorry, but why are we having like Roman gay dynamics? Like in ancient Roman times, they were like also like pretty gay, but like the bottoms were like at the bottom of the social hierarchy as well. So I thought it was like really weird, but whatever. Like weird sexism aside, I thought this was like pretty cute because he ends up like losing the battle because he meets one from the other clan. He's called Tukiri, and basically they have a history together, and so he ends up like bottoming for Tukiri. Oh my god, I don't even know if I can say this all on YouTube. I don't care. I'm whatever. So he ends up like doing something with Tukiri that ends up with him then becoming a woman for Tukiri, like woman in air quotes. He's just oh my god. And yeah, so he ends up being sacrificed to this clan, and Tukiri's clan is like half sharks. It's yeah, it was like the story was like not the greatest, but this was very spicy, and like the spice was very, very, very good. So I loved it for that, and this just it really helped me out today. This was just what I needed. I'm giving this 4 stars. Thank you for coming to me in this moment. Sacrifice to the Shark Clan. You're forever gonna have a place in my heart. Like really, I mean I love it for that because like last year most of the BL I read was like pretty much a flop, and for this year to have like one immediately be like good, and also for me for this to like save me in a moment where I really needed it, I'm living, loving, loving. Okay, I'm really like I'm not really living, loving, loving like in the real world, even though I'm better now. But like this book made me living, loving, loving. That's so nonsensical. This book made me laugh, and it made me live, and it made me love the characters, and it made me thirst for the characters, and like yeah, I really love that. And I mean, I have no idea when I'm gonna have a new update on this one because I definitely have to go to bed today. I'm going to go to school tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I do have 5 free lessons tomorrow because sports got cancelled, and I already have 3 free lessons on a normal Thursday, and so I have a lot of time but we're gonna see if I get to this. I hope I do, but I don't have any idea. But I'm gonna update you. It's been like 3 days since I last saw you, and what happened is it snowed even more. School fell through in most of the counties, but not ours. I had to go to school, even though it was snowing like hell. I watched Jurassic World Rebirth, which I put off for about 7 months after I was so disappointed by seeing Dominion on opening night in the theater. That movie was horrible. I liked Rebirth. It's about a 3.5 star, which is better than anything I expected from that franchise at this point. I love Jurassic Park, but everything that came after that was kind of horrible. But yeah, you know what I also did? I finished this book and I'm giving it 5 stars. I absolutely love this. It's really I haven't updated you. I updated you in the second half because I really don't want to make this video like obnoxiously long, and also I really didn't read that much on like Thursday and Friday, but like yesterday and today I was like I read through like 250 pages of this, like at that quick of a pace because I really wanted to finish this and I was just invested because the second half, it really is. It's like, you kind of don't expect it, but it's going downhill. It's uh, small things turn into bigger things, and you think, how could this possibly get worse? And then something happens, and another thing happens, and it was just, I really liked how this all like unraveled. It was so compelling. I continue to love Snow. The way it ended, I really did. I really, really loved. I know I said loved and really loved a lot in this video, but it's just really how I feel about it. I said it again. Oh my god, I need to be conscious about my word choices, but I can't because I'm never conscious about anything. Um, but yeah, it's amazing, really. Even Bao's story, Bao in the second half of the story, I really came to the conclusion that his story is there to like show the impact that these fox spirits have on the humans they interact with. You can just really see, while Snow is there to obviously explain the more supernatural side of the story, you can see the more human part through his perspective. And I love that. It was really good. I also loved how his story wrapped up. It was just as I expected, but I still really enjoyed it. I suspect that people would not really like how vague the abilities of the fox spirits are actually, but I didn't have a problem with that because I mean they are supposed to be like these elusive ethereal beings, and not having their abilities or what they can exactly do like set into clear parameters just is in line with that mythology to me. I thought it made sense, and I just loved that. And for a fantasy book to do all of this, I'm just in awe. Okay, I have like 3 fantasy books on my shelves, literally, and that's Board Gay Werewolf. I read that in 2023 and gave it 2023. No, 2024 and gave it 5 stars. But that was like the only fantasy book I read that year, and I didn't even expect it to be fantasy when I started it. And then from last year, I have Howl's Moving Castle, which I gave 4 stars. I liked it better than the movie, but I read it just because I didn't like the movie and was like, oh my god, I need to like look at the source material because this movie doesn't make sense. And it didn't make more sense than the movie. And also The Empress of Salt and Fortune, which was 5 stars, one of my favorite books of last year, but like I'm generally like not picking up that much fantasy. So for this to be my first 5 star of the year is so amazing. Genuinely, if you have any recommendations for similar books to this, I know I have The Night Tiger, also by this author, somewhere on my TBR shelf back here. I'm definitely gonna pick that up like in summer because like this was obviously on my winter TBR. Like look at the cover, and that one it feels like more summery to me, so it's probably on there. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick up more from this author. I loved it, and if you have any recommendations similar to this, I would love to hear them. I hope you had fun with this. I definitely did. I am so happy now. Thank you for watching.